Test 1 is a defined method, implemented method, concrete method. Test 1, defined method, implemented method, concrete method. Test 1, implemented, defined, concrete. Test 2, unimplemented method, undefined method, just declared one. If it is so, it should be declared as an abstract. So one point here, method should have either body or abstract keyword. Method should have either body or abstract keyword. Method should have either body or abstract keyword. So for test 1, what is a body? What is a body? Opening brace, closing brace, you can treat as a body. Any number of statements including zero number of statements. Body is there. For test 2, there is no body, it should be declared as an abstract. Method should have either body or abstract keyword. Same method should not have both body and abstract keyword. Same method should not have body and abstract keyword. Same method should not have both body and abstract keyword. Method should have either body, that is implementation, definition, or abstract keyword. Test 2, as it is just declared without a body, it is just declared without a definition, without implementation, it should be declared as an abstract. Abstract methods are unimplemented methods. If something is not implemented, declare that as an abstract. If something is not implemented, declare that as an abstract. If something is not implemented, declare that as an abstract. If class containing minimum one abstract method, if class containing minimum one abstract method, if class containing minimum one abstract method, then that class should be declared as an abstract class. If class containing minimum one abstract method, then that class should be declared as an abstract class. If class containing minimum one abstract method, then that class should be declared as a abstract class. So wherever something is unable to implement, wherever some implementation gap is there, wherever you are unable to define something, there you can use abstract keyword. Test 2, we are unable to implement, because of that declared as an abstract. If minimum one abstract method is there, then class itself should be declared as an abstract class. If minimum one abstract method is there, class itself should be declared as an abstract class. So now A, it's not a fully implemented, that is saying by abstract keyword. If it is not implemented fully, you cannot create an object to A. As it is not implemented fully, same we explained through abstract keyword. If any class is with abstract, you cannot create an object. Object creation cannot be done for the abstract classes. We cannot create an object to abstract class. We cannot create an object to abstract class. But we can create a reference variable to the abstract class. We can create a reference variable to the abstract class. Wherever data type is required, there and all we can use abstract class. Wherever data type is required, that can be specified through abstract class. Wherever data type is required, there and all we can use abstract class. Wherever data type is required, there and all we can use abstract class. Wherever data type is required, there and all we can use abstract class. So something like a reference variable data type, you can choose abstract class. Argument data type, for any method, argument data type, we can choose as abstract class. Global variable, attribute. In case of has a relation, I showed you, attribute can be derived data type. Global property, global variable can be derived data type. There also we can use abstract class. Argument data type can be chosen as a abstract class type. Global variable data type can be chosen as a abstract class. Argument data type we can choose as an abstract class. Global variable data type we can choose as an abstract class. Method return type also can be chosen as abstract class. Method return type we can choose as an abstract class. So something like wherever data type is required, there and all we can use abstract class. Reference variable data type can be abstract class. Method argument data type can be abstract class. Constructor argument data type can be abstract class. Global variable data type can be abstract class. Method return type also can be abstract class. Only object cannot be created. Apart from that, we can able to use in all the places wherever regular classes we are using. Regular classes, whatever classes we have seen earlier, all those classes you can treat like a concrete classes. Whichever classes we have seen so far, all those are concrete classes. Something like if a class is there without an abstract, that you can treat as a concrete class. As it is a concrete, you can create an object. You can use wherever data type is required. We can create a reference variable. We can go for has a relationship, global variable, attribute, data type. You can go for data type to method argument. You can go for data type to constructor argument. Similarly, abstract class also. You can use wherever concrete class you are using. Only one change is you cannot create an object to abstract class as abstract class not fully implemented. We cannot create an object to abstract class as abstract class is not fully implemented. Apart from that, everything we can able to do. If you want to develop everything in one place itself, sometimes very difficult. Please observe. If you want to develop the total implementation, whatever is required for one entity, sometimes it may not be possible. For one entity, whatever implementation required, that implementation developing by one developer is almost ruled out in some scenarios. Please observe. While covering encapsulation, I told very clearly, every entity mapping as a class in the software object-oriented programming languages, every entity mapping as a class. For that particular entity, whatever implementation, whatever development, whatever concreteness, all cannot be, sometimes, all cannot be possible by a single developer. Possible through a single developer. The reason behind is entity might contain some kind of banking related information, some kind of finance related, insurance related, medical science related, engineering related, some accountants related in the same entity. If one entity containing some properties related to mathematics, some properties related to health science, some properties related to pure engineering, some properties required internal knowledge of banking system, some properties required the total calculations in case of finance or insurance or even accounts. One person cannot be expert in all these areas, but entity required all these properties. In most of the scenarios, entity might contain diverse type of features. If all features are mathematics related, then the person who is having good mathematics knowledge, he can able to develop the entire class. If any entity containing only engineering related information, the person who is very comfortable in the engineering, he can able to develop entire class. If entity containing only health science, then the people whoever having expertization in the health science, they can able to develop entire class. But in real world, all are mixed. In one entity itself, some kind of mathematics, some kind of engineering, some kind of accounts, some kind of health science, not. We need to develop the total automation to one entity. Total automation to one entity. One person, not an expert in all the areas. A particular person, assume he is an engineer, he knows very well about engineering concepts and some extent mathematics concepts. He doesn't know anything about accounts, he doesn't know anything about health science. Implementing accounts and health science by the same engineer is not very advisable. Even though he is studying, learning and implementing, that may not be with more quality. Instead of he studying, learning and implementing, let him to declare that as an abstract. Let other people who are very strong in the accounts, who are very strong in the health science, let them do. So any kind of product not developing by single manufacturer till to the end usage, different manufacturers are involving. The reason is, if product require diverse type of development, one manufacturer may not be in a position to provide all types of implementations. The best example, mobile manufacturers, they are not bothering about operating system, they are not bothering about customer applications. They are only concentrating on just a hardware, look and feel, weight and height, hardware related development. They are not bothering even service providing. So they are manufacturing just to mobile. Later, some companies are developing operating systems. Some companies are developing customer applications. Some companies are taking care of service providing. If one company itself has to give every implementation which is required to the end user, then whoever manufacturing the company, they themselves should have OS development team, customer applications, apps, and even service providing. It will become a very difficult definitely that company may not become the best one. Quality will be losing. Not able to focus in one area, multiple areas. Always try to focus on one particular area. To become an expert, keep going through only in one particular area rather than focusing in all areas. Some people are attending Java training along with the .NET, along with the SAP, along with the mean stack also. That will not be very advisable. Choose one stream, become an expert there itself. Expertization can be achieved if you are ignoring non-essential things. If you are considering everything, definitely you will not be a success in all the areas. What abstraction says is, concentrate only on essential to you. Ignore whichever non-essential to you. While studying the high school, we studied almost every subject. While moving to the plus 2, we ignored something. While moving to the graduation, some more we have removed. While going to the post-graduation, some more removed. So any doctorate or any scientist, he is not focusing on all like a physics, chemistry, mathematics, engineering, health science. He is focusing only on. So abstraction says like, concentrate only in one area, whichever is very essential to you. Ignore all non-essential. Non-essential things may be essential for somebody. Let them to implement rather than you. If you are not following abstraction, you cannot become an expert. Expertization cannot be achieved without abstraction. Because of the abstraction only, we can able to focus only on one particular area, whichever is specialized to you. So wherever you already spent your time, became an expert, only in that area, you can spend some more, try to provide quality solutions, quality services. So always try to concentrate only on one. Don't concentrate on everything. We are the human beings, we are not the computers. So travel in one area, concentrate on one area. That is what the abstraction says. The general example also. If you are trying to prepare banking exams and software jobs, 200% you cannot reach to either banking goal or software goal. 200%. We are not gods. We are not computers. Travel in one area, become an expert. Any area, you will be having a success. One more general example. While running behind multiple girls, no one will be getting. Run behind one girl. 200% there is a success. There will be a success. Yes or no? You wanted to go for practically proving? Please observe. If any method, opening brace and closing brace, then that is called as a concrete one, defined one, implemented one. Test one is a concrete, implemented, defined. If any method implementation not knowing to you, you want to leave to somebody who are experts to implement test 2. There, just to declare it. While declaring, method should end with a semicolon without a body, without implementation, without a definition. While method is ending with a semicolon, it should have an abstract. You are telling like I am unable to implement this method in this stage. Some other people will be implementing in some other stages. If a class containing minimum one abstract method, then that class should be declared as an abstract. You are telling to the compiler, don't allow anybody to create an object to this class. Why? Because some unimplementation is there. If compiler saying creating an object to abstract a class, it will give a compile timer. Apart from the object creation, anything you can do with abstract class, but you cannot create an object. While compiling, compiler generating a class file also to the abstract class. Whenever you compile, for every class file is generating by the compiler, no matter whether class is a concrete or an abstract. Whether class is a concrete or an abstract, whatever it may be, for the abstract class also, class file is generated. We cannot create an object to abstract to class. We can use abstract class in all other places apart from creating an object. For abstract class also, class file is generated. You can just compile. This is syntactically correct. Compilation will be success. You will be getting a dot class. Copy the same program. Develop B class. This will give compile timer. There is abstract test2 in the B class. It's not declared as abstract. If class containing minimum one abstract method, the class should be declared as an abstract class. Because of B is not declared as an abstract, it's a syntax violation. You will be getting compiled timer. B class giving compilation error. Because of test2 is an abstract, B should be declared as an abstract. You will be getting compile time. Copy the same. Develop C.Java. Even though C class declared as an abstract, test2 method, while it is declaring, it doesn't have an abstract keyword. The test2 method, while it is declaring, it doesn't have an abstract keyword. While it is declaring, it doesn't have a abstract keyword. You'll get compile time error. While method is just declaring, it should be with abstract keyword. It should be with abstract keyword. There is no abstract keyword. You'll get compile time error. Compilation error. Come to the next one. Test1 method, even though it's defined, still it is with abstract keyword. You will be getting compiled time. Test1 method. Test1 method, even though it is fully defined, it is with abstract keyword, you'll get compiled time error. Method should have either implementation or abstract keyword, both should not be. For test 1, we are providing an implementation and also an abstract keyword. In one abstract class, any number of abstract methods, even all methods as an abstract methods. This is syntactically correct. Every method is an abstract. Every method is syntactically correct. If a class containing minimum one abstract method, that class should be declared as an abstract. We declared as an abstract. Syntactically correct, compilation will be very successful. Even though no method is an abstract, still class can be declared as an abstract. This point is very important. Even though no method is an abstract, still class can be declared as an abstract. even though no method is an abstract in the class, still that class can be declared as an abstract. But compiler will not be forcing us to declare f as an abstract because of no abstract methods. Compiler will not be asking us to declare f as an abstract. If any minimum one method is there as an abstract, then compiler required abstract keyword to the class. Now here, every method is a concrete, every method is a defined method, every method is a concrete method. Compiler not forcing us to declare as an abstract. Compiler not forcing us to declare as an abstract. Still, if you wanted, you can declare as an abstract. There is no wrong. So any class can be qualified as an abstract. Any class can be declared as an abstract. There is no restriction while declaring a class as an abstract. There is no point to be followed while declaring a class as an abstract. Any class can be declared as an abstract. No condition required to follow to declare a class as an abstract. Any class can be declared as an abstract. Any class can be declared as an abstract. Any class can be declared as an abstract. If class containing minimum or abstract method, it should be declared as an abstract. If class doesn't have any abstract methods, then declaring a same class as an abstract is optional. Here also, F class declaring as an abstract is optional. No abstract methods are there. Compiler not forcing us to declare F as an abstract. It is purely up to you, up to your requirement. Now the question is, what we are achieving while declaring F class as an abstract, even though compiler not asking you, even though no requirement of declaring F as an abstract, because of no abstract methods. Without abstract also to the F class, syntactically correct, compilation will be very successful. In which scenario we will be choosing class as an abstract even though no abstract methods in that class. Even though no abstract methods in that class. In which scenario we can use abstract keyword. Sometimes you may have a requirement like restricting object creation. If nobody wanted to create an object to your class, object creation should not be to a particular class. Then declare that class as an abstract, no matter whether abstract methods are there or not. If class is declared as an abstract, no one can create an object to that class. If there is a requirement of not to create an object to any of the class, blindly declare the class as an abstract. Blindly declare that class as an abstract. So what is the conclusion here? Abstract class can have any number of abstract methods including zero. Abstract class can have any number of abstract methods including zero. Abstract class can have any number of concrete methods including zero. Already I showed one abstract class where every method is an abstract. So vice versa is possible. Abstract class can have any number of abstract methods including zero like F class. Abstract class can have any number of concrete methods including zero. All the methods are abstract also possible. Any class can be declared as an abstract. When class should be declared as an abstract? If minimum one abstract method is there. If minimum one abstract method is there, then class should be declared as an abstract. The very important conclusion, abstract class can have any number of abstract methods including zero. Abstract class can have any number of concrete methods including zero. 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 Any number of abstract methods including zero. Abstract class may have abstract, may or may not. Abstract class may or may not have abstract methods. Abstract class may or may not have concrete methods. Now design this class. Class A design is very proper. We are attempting to create an object to class A, but class A is an abstract class. You cannot create an object to abstract class. You cannot create an object to abstract class. You will be getting compile time error. Attempting to create an object to abstract class. No matter whether abstract methods are there in the abstract class or not, inside abstract class, no matter whether abstract methods are there or not, we cannot create an object to abstract the class. We cannot create an object to abstract the class. Attempting to create an object to abstract the class gives compile time error. This program gives compilation error. Come to the next one. Even though abstract class doesn't have any abstract methods, attempting to create an object to abstract class use compile time error. Attempting to create an object to abstract class use compile time error. Attempting to creating an object to abstract class use compile time error. Compilation. Come to the next one. We can create a reference variable to the abstract class. Null can be assigned to any reference variable. You cannot assign an object to A1 here. Our main goal is creating a reference variable to abstract the class. Creating a reference variable to abstract the class. Creating a reference variable to abstract the class. Compilation error. Compilation success. Reference variable can be created. A reference variable can be created to the abstract class. Come to the J.Java. We can supply abstract class type as an argument to a method. Argument data type. Method argument data type can be abstract class type. Method argument data type can be argument can be abstract class type. Syntactically correct, compilation is very success. Constructor argument can be abstract class type. Constructor argument type can be abstract class type. Constructor argument type can be abstract class type. So please observe, if any class is extending to the abstract class, so here L is extending to A. If any class is extending to the abstract class, whatever abstract methods inheriting, all should be implemented. If any class is extending to the abstract class, like L is extending to A. If any class is extending to abstract class, then it should implement all the abstract methods. It should implement all abstract methods. All abstract methods. It should implement all abstract methods. Now, L is inheriting, L is extending to A. From A, test 2 abstract method inheriting, test 2 got implemented in the L. L doesn't have any abstract methods now. L doesn't have any abstract methods. Whatever abstract method inherited from A to L, whatever abstract method inherited from A to L, inside a L, implemented test 2 method. Abstract method of superclass, try to implement in the subclass. Superclass developer unable to develop abstract method, that is why he delegated to subclass developer. Subclass developer has to take care of implementing abstract method. If at all is not implementing, then subclass should be declared as an abstract. Inside a L class, if test 2 not implemented, then L should be declared as an abstract. If L is an abstract, you cannot create an object. One more subclass you have to develop to make a concrete. A class developer unable to implement test 2, delegated to subclass developers. Subclass developers has to implement test2 method. Has to implement test2 method. Has to implement test2 method. It is implementing test2 method. Syntactically correct. You can create an object to L. L is not declared as an abstract. Compiler not forcing to declare L as an abstract. Why? Because L doesn't have any abstract methods. No abstract methods in the L. L doesn't require to declare as an abstract. Not declaring. Not declaring. You can create an object to L. By using object of L, by using reference of L, you can call test1, which is already got implemented in the A. Inherited to L, straight away we are using test2, which is got implemented in the L. Compilation and running both are success. What is the output of this program? Nothing. Come on. Copy the same. Copy same. Save it as m dot job. You can see B class. It's not implemented one method. That is why B declared as an abstract. Inside a B, there is one inherited abstract method. Inside a B, there is one inherited abstract method. There is one inherited abstract method inside a B class. There is one inherited abstract method. If any inherited abstract method not implemented, in the B class, test 3 not implemented, that is why B declared as an abstract. If any inherited method, if any inherited abstract method not implemented, any inherited abstract method not implemented, then it should be declared as an abstract. It should be declared as an abstract. Come to the next one. Copy paste. Same program. Changing B as a non-abstract. Changing B class without an abstract. N extends B. So wherever M was there, use N. Save it as a N dot Java. Will you get a compile time error? Copy the previous program. Develop N dot Java. Make main method class as a N. Replace from M to N. Make it be as a non-abstract. Make it be as a non-abstract. Be as non-abstract. Compilation error. B should be declared as an abstract because of test 3 abstractness in the B. B should be declared as an abstract because of test 3 because of test 3 declared as an abstract. Because of test 3 declared as an abstract, copy the same program. Little modification. Abstract class A containing 3 abstract methods. B extend CA, abstract B class. C extends B, abstract C class. D extends C. We cannot create an object to A, B, C. We cannot create an object to A, B, C. You can create an object to D only. We can create an object to D class. Compilation success. Running also success. We cannot create an object to A, B, C. All three are abstract. But we can create an object to D. D became a count. Again copy paste. Before developing this, we cannot create an object to abstract the class. When constructor will execute, when constructor will be executed, while object is created. Now the question is it possible to develop a constructor in the abstract class? We cannot create an object to abstract the class. Constructor executing while object is creating. Now, is it possible to develop a constructor inside abstract class? Is that no? No. Come on. This is very important for interviews. Constructor executing not only while object is creating, even while object is creating to any of the subclass. While creating an object to subclass, it's going to the superclass constructor or not? Come on. Constructor chain. We cannot create an object to abstract class. Yes. Assume there is a subclass to abstract class which is a concrete. We can create an object to that subclass. While creating an object to that subclass, in the constructor body super is there or not? Because of the super it has to go to superclass constructor or yes or no? Every class should have a minimum one constructor even though class is an abstract. Abstract class also should have a minimum one constructor. If there is no constructor in the abstract class, compiler will be developing a default constructor similar to every class. Every class should have a minimum one constructor. Even for abstract class also, every class should have a minimum one constructor, even though class is an abstract class. Even though class is an abstract, even though class is an abstract, even though class is an abstract, it also should have a minimum one constructor. Now try to develop this. This is very important for interviews. Most of the beginners are telling like we cannot develop a constructor in the abstract class. They are thinking like we cannot create an object to abstract class. Yes, we cannot create an object to abstract class. We can create an object to subclass of abstract class. Subclass of abstract class. Try to define abstract class here. For A, we cannot create an object. For A, we cannot create an object. For B also, we cannot create an object. But C is a concrete. But C is a concrete. Yes or no? C is a concrete class. C is a concrete class. You can create an object to C. While creating an object to C, only C class constructor executing. Come on. While creating an object to C, only C class constructor executing. From C class constructor, control going to B class constructor. From B class constructor, control going to A class constructor. This is very important for interviews, whether we can able to create an object to, whether we can able to define a constructor in the abstract class. Absolutely possible. Any number of constructors in the same abstract class. If we are not providing any constructors in the abstract class, compiler will provide a default constructor. Compiler will provide a default constructor. The next question is, when abstract class constructor will execute? When abstract class constructor will execute? While object is creating to any subclass which is a concrete. While object is creating to any subclass which is a concrete. While object is creating to any subclass which is a concrete,